It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, I am coming to you today on the heels of some very sad news that we have received. Yesterday, Ozzy Osbourne passed away, the godfather of metal music, the iconic metal singer and vocalist, sadly passed away. And, it just stopped me in my tracks. It just did. Since I've been doing the Daily Doug, y'all, there have been several musical luminaries that have died, and we've done several tribute episodes for these very important musicians that have thrilled us and shared their art with us. But the news of Ozzy's passing just floored me. Y'all, he died yesterday, July 22nd, just 17 days after his triumphant last concert in his hometown of Birmingham, England. And here on the channel a few weeks ago, after that concert, we celebrated Ozzy's career. We celebrated the career of Black Sabbath. And we featured a few performances from that final concert. And it was cathartic and it was wonderful to share in that music and in that event. But I was not, y'all. I wasn't emotionally prepared for his death to happen so soon after that celebratory concert. I mean, let's think about it. It was the first time since 2005 that Ozzy and Tony and Geezer and Bill, the original lineup of Black Sabbath, had even performed together. The first time since 2005. And we had not only that, but all of those bands, all of those musicians that were able to gather and be there and be a part of the vibe of that day, making it what it was, where the work and the artistry and the life of these musicians were celebrated, and people gathered around the world, not only in that stadium, but around the world, to simply say thank you and to rock out with them one last time. And I remember seeing Ozzy say recently that he was dying in a very matter-of-fact way. But I don't think any of us were prepared for him to go quite so soon. So I had other plans for today's video, but of course, y'all, those plans have been postponed. And we are taking time today to celebrate Ozzy's life, to celebrate his contribution to music, especially to heavy metal music. And the song that I have selected for us to hear today as we celebrate Ozzy is Mama, I'm Coming Home. There are many, many songs that I could have chosen. I've actually heard this one, but I felt, I think this will be a cathartic one and a proper one for us to listen to here. And after I read in on it a little bit, I was sure that it was the one that I wanted to hear today. This is from Ozzy's solo album, No More Tears. It was released in 1991. And the song was inspired by Ozzy's wife, Sharon, whom he often referred to as Mama. And as I read, often when he was on tour, he would, when he's preparing to come home, he'd call her up and say, Mama, I'm coming home. And the thing that I did not realize until today, as I was reading in to figure out what I was going to do, I didn't realize that Ozzy turned to Lemmy Kilmister of Motorhead to write this song. Mama, I'm Coming Home is written by Lemmy Kilmister. And how about that? That floored me, especially since we did some Motorhead on Monday. Lemmy keeps popping up. And so the title and the idea for the song was Ozzy's, but Lemmy is the one that wrote the lyrics. And he focused on missing home, wanting to return to reestablish a bond and a feeling that you've been missing. And I think that he's correlating that idea with a metaphor for a desire to get sober, which Ozzy had back during that time. You know, I thought about sharing the final performance of this one from the Back to the Beginning concert, but I've opted instead to return to the original recording. I want to hear Ozzy doing his thing and in his prime, and it's been a long, long, long time since I've heard this song, and I want to come back to it. So that's what we're going to do. On this recording, we have Ozzy Osbourne on vocals, Zakk Wylde is on the guitar, Bob Daisley is on the bass, Randy Castillo is on the drums, and John Sinclair is on the keyboards. Let us listen to Ozzy Osbourne, the great and powerful Oz, singing Mama, I'm Coming Home. Here we go. And the thing that's so simple about it, it's a descending major scale.
And times are strange. Here I come, but I ain't the same. Mama, I'm coming home.
They're in E flat.
Times come by, it seems to be you could have been a better friend to me. Mama, I'm coming home. You took me in and you drove me out. Yeah, you had me hypnotized. Yeah.
So we've got 6 to the 4 to the 5 in this pre-chorus. And then we get into the second verse. We can't stand to say goodbye either, Ozzy.
I could be right, I could be wrong. It hurts so bad, it's been so long. Mama, I'm coming home.
And he's able to get up into that high range throughout his career with such ease and power and color. Got a color all his own.
I've seen your face 100 times. Every day we've been apart. I don't care about the sunshine, yeah. 'Cause mama, I'm coming home.
And then we get a little bit of a move into parallel minor. Flat 6, flat 7, and there's the 5. Cool. That I don't remember. Cool. So the 5. A lot of people think of metal as minor key riffs, beautiful power ballad in a major key. Major keys work too.
I've seen your face 1,000 times. Every day we've been apart.
The control of his vowels is something that is very hard to teach, and he just does it instinctively.
'Cause mama, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming
those coming home steps, our big major steps, coming right back up the scale. I know it's not the biggest or the baddest or the heaviest or the most metal, but it's sentimental and it emotionally meets me where I am today. And I hope that it does for you as well, y'all. You know, I've often said, as I've been doing the Daily Doug, that I'm so respectful of the musicians that have had these very long careers, because it takes so much work and sacrifice and drive and vision and gumption to keep doing it. Being a professional musician is hard work. And these guys, we think of it as art, but when you become a pro at it and it becomes the way that you make your living, it also becomes your profession. And managing a job and managing the way that you express yourself in your art can be a very emotionally weird thing for musicians. And we see a lot of musicians struggle mentally. And I think that's part of it, because the music is where we really get to express ourselves. But the time and time again, okay, it's time for rehearsal. It's time to go on tour. What time do I have to be at this interview, or this here or this there, or what am I doing now? And okay, I need to write a new album, and all of that stuff. And these guys keep coming back because the music is that important to them. And they keep coming back and they keep coming back and they stay at it and they put the work in. They go on the tours. They perform for their fans. They put out new music. They're there for us, and they're there for a long period of time. They're doing it for themselves, to keep themselves going, but they also, because it's the nature of art, it spreads and it takes hold, and it grabs a hold of the hearts and minds of everybody that it touches in different ways, depending on where we are in our own lives when we receive this art in these songs. And I know many of y'all, it's been decades, literally decades, most of your life, that Ozzy has been not only one of your musical heroes, but a trusted friend. You know, you can put the album on and he's always there. He's there for you. They're there for you, you know, and the music is there for you. And it's just darn sad when time comes for our musical luminaries. It just is. And so what do? We gather together. We recognize that we're not alone in our mourning and in our sadness, and we do what we can to build community and lift each other up, and think on it and dwell on it and have a common experience and mourn together. I think it's just a part of the process. And so that's why I'm doing this today, y'all. The family put out a statement yesterday, and it reads this way: "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time." Ozzy had suffered and lived with Parkinson's disease for a long, long time. And I know that he had other health complications as well. But Parkinson's was the major part of what was ailing him. And this Back to the Beginning concert that they did just a few weeks ago has thus far raised $190 million for charity. And I read that the funds are going to be shared among the Cure Parkinson's organization, the Birmingham Children's Hospital, and Acorns Children's Hospice. So that concert and the funds that it raised, I think, is going to have more reverberations and more impact than we can even really fathom for a long time to come. And it makes it one of these fascinating and seminal events. It's just been a few days ago that we were celebrating the 40th anniversary of Live Aid. And that, huge concert with all those bands there gathering together for a common purpose, raising money, all that sort of stuff. 40 years later, it's still a seminal concert that a whole bunch of people remember, where they were when they saw it, what the bands did, the sets that the bands did back then are still revered and looked to. And I have a feeling that this concert, especially now with the timing of how it coincided in this 1 month with Ozzy's passing, I think it's going to be a treasured and seminal concert recording for generations. So, friends, I feel you. It's a sad day. Ozzy has left us, and it's a sad thing. But we keep going, and we thank Ozzy and lift him up for all of the work and wonderful music that he has brought us. So rest in power, Ozzy. We love you. And I love y'all. So thank you for being with me today, and thank you for being with me as I mourned a little bit here for Ozzy. And we continue on, friends. We continue on. So thanks again for being with me, and we will see you next time on another edition of The Daily Dog.